I'm turning Alice Madness Returns into a horror stage play for my year 3 projects, and I made the mistake of staring at my Red Queen design too long. Please help. Let's talk costume shop. The Red Queen has been my most difficult design yet, with now 7 variations that I have tried, so help me decide on these final 2. First is definitely closer to the game in its inspiration. There would be a crinoline cage with a big puffy petticoat, a bit reminiscent of Disney's live action Cinderella, only not quite as big. You'd have these patchwork ruffles that are distressed and all around the skirt, up to a fraying lacy layer for the bodice. Puff sleeves at the shoulder into trumpet sleeves with this big heart window on her chest. The areas of pure red would be manipulated in some way to have a fleshy, almost zombie like look, an Elizabethan collar and a heart shape, and of course, the whole thing is meant to look like she's been in a fight and has kind of been falling apart and rotting away in her kingdom since her defeat with Alice. This was the original final design I had planned, but the longer I looked at it, the more it felt too predictable. Like, as the Queen of Hearts, you see it and think, yeah, that's about what I expected. I felt it lacked that wow factor that the Queen deserved. So that's what I focused on for the second look. It's a little more avant garde, I suppose. Definitely more fantasy than historical. There's still a few inspirations from the character design for this one, but I kept it fairly loose using the original concept art, lines, and scenes from the game as the source. The face of evil in the heart of darkness. This one would also have a crinoline cage and a petticoat, though not as big as the other one. The red underskirt would be manipulated in the same way to give it patches of fleshy appearance. On top, we would have 2 layers of a soft, stretchy tulle at different lengths. The bottom layer would have this black ribbon on it to give the illusion of a cage, and up top we would have a fraying lace that covers everything else up to the top of the high neckline and the dramatic sleeves. The heart would be the centerpiece, something like these maybe, with the veins being a sort of distressed fabric or yarn or even wool felt sewn on for veins. Then gold embroidery next to the veins to really make it pop, with strings of gold hanging down the skirt. The Elizabethan collar I'm still playing with on this one. I even had the idea that her first appearance on stage would be with a veil, like a mourning veil in the Victorian period, but I don't know, and I'm not even sure about the crown just yet. So which do you think? Should I go classic, avant-garde, or back to the drawing board? I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of leaning avant-garde a little bit, but I want to hear what y'all think.